One of our members wanted to build this page here, which is this page, in the content builder, but wasn't sure how to do that. So what I thought I'd do is I'd race myself to see how fast I can actually build that page in the content builder, but also give you an overview of how you can build pages like this using the content builder tools. So the first thing I'm going to do is I can see here this page has full width page sections, right? So when I choose a landing page, I need to make sure I choose one that has full width page sections, and this does. This big picture you can see has full width page sections, so I just load that. And that's the template that I have on screen right now. So what I'm going to do is I don't need any of these elements, so I'm just going to delete them all from my page, and I'm going to delete this disclaimer down the bottom here, and I'm going to delete that. So now I'm just left with a page section, which is good because I need a page section for this background image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload a background image, and I'll set the background image to be this. That's too small, so what I'll do is I'll click on that and click full height background image, and now I have a full height background image that looks fairly similar to that. So what I can do now is I can start creating this content. So I'll add the logo to the page. So what I do is I click on image, insert that into my page section, and I'm going to add a logo here, which let me see, I'll use the IM Impact logo, insert into post, and I'll just hit that towards the center. Okay, done. So that now I want two columns, one with headline and button on the left, and one with picture on the right. So I come into here, I come into where it says columns, click on two columns, drag it in. I put 50-50, so half and half. And on this side, I want some text. So I drag my text into here, and it looks like a H1, so I'm going to hit H1 there. I'll make that white and change my headline. So this is my headline, like that. Maybe it needs to be bigger, so I'll change that to 55 pixels, and maybe the margin isn't quite right, so I'll just set that to 0 like that. Okay. So now that text doesn't really stand out, so I'm going to put a shift and enter break here so it sits on the building like that. And maybe actually I'll change the top margin 10 pixels. You can have a play with that just to see how you see fit. Then I can duplicate that and make that, for instance, an H4 headline. That's my subtext call to action. I'm also going to make that white, but this time I'm going to take the line break out, so I hit backspace there. Maybe it should be a little bit bigger, so this is my subheadline here, and then I want a button underneath it, so I'm going to drag my button here, and maybe I'll change that to blue. There's a custom blue if you want. You can set whatever you want, and you can change your styles. Maybe I'm going to put a top margin on that because it doesn't look so good like that. And we have headline, subheadline, and your text. On the right hand side we have an image, so I'm going to add my image into here. I'm going to click add media, and then I'm going to choose the image, which is this one. So I insert that into my post like this. Now that's extremely large, so I'm going to click on that and scroll down to see my control panel, and I'm going to make it smaller. Then I'm going to put it in the middle, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my full width page section and take it off full height image, because we don't need it to be full height anymore because we have content inside it like that. So maybe I'll make that bit a bit bigger with the margin and padding, so let's change that to 50 like that, and you have your top section. So the next thing you have down here is you have a white page section, image in the middle, and icons on the outside of it. So what I would do is I'll come down to where it says page section, I'll drag it in here, I'll change the background color of that to white because it's a white page section, and I'll clear the shadow. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate that, and that's given me another page section below it, and then I'm going to click on that page section and set that color to silver, because the one beneath is a silver page section like that, you see. So now I can come into here, I can set this as a heading 1, and I can center align it, and I can do all the fancy stuff like change the custom font to Roboto. You have to load that in through Google Fonts, and I'll set that to 60 like that. So there's my headline, and we have here a sub headline, and we have, so we want, let me see, where's the divider? We have a divider option here, so maybe I'm going to put divider in like that, and then another divider, and then I'm going to put my subheading text into here, change that to maybe, I don't know, 30 pixels or something, whatever you want it to be. And as you can see, the dividers are sitting too far from the text, so I'm going to change the bottom padding margin settings to 0 and the top margin settings to 0 here, and then I'll do the same on the text element itself. So I come into where it says text. So I come into where it says text, click on that, click on the margin settings, change the top margin to 0, change the bottom margin to 0, and there we have our page section. Subheading, what should I do next? So the next thing is to set up these columns. So we want 3 columns, so I have 3 like this, and in the middle we have a phone, so I'm going to have an image in the middle like that. I'm going to click on add phone like that, click on this, and I'll just make that smaller and in the middle to whatever the appropriate size may be. Maybe I'll set that to 220 or something like that. Okay, so then we want some icons on the left hand side, okay, like this. So I come into here and I'm looking for my 1/3, 2/3 column, actually 2/3, 1/3. So I drop my columns inside a column, get rid of the text inside. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drag my icon inside the column, click on add icon and choose the icon that I want. I can then drag text into the columns on the left hand side and I can add my text there. So this is some text that you can add. So this might be a headline actually. Maybe this is a headline. So maybe we want this in blue. And I don't know, maybe headline 4 or something. And I'll set the top margin to 0 so it sits flush. And then I'll just add some text in here. This is some more text to describe the feature. So I have some text there. So what I'm going to do to this icon, click on that and make it bigger and make it blue. So now I have my feature here. It's not quite the same. Let's have a look like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate the whole thing. So I'm going to come here. So the whole thing is selected and click on the duplicate icon like that. And again, duplicate. So now I have my icons here. I want to do the same on the other side, except in reverse. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to columns and I'm going to hit on 1/3, 2/3 like this, and maybe I'll duplicate this icon, drag it into there, save time, duplicate this headline, drag it into there, duplicate this text, drag it into there, and very quickly duplicate this twice. So what I might do then is select these icons here, click on change icon and change it into whatever icons I want. I mean, you have complete control over that. So there is your phone with the icons wrapping around it. And then what do we have next? Let's have a look. We have a phone on the left hand side, text on the right hand side with icon list. Okay, so we come back into here, and to keep our headlines uniform, I'm just going to copy that and just going to drag it down into here so it's the same. I think, let's see, it's black text. Okay, that's fine. So here we basically need a half and half layout. So I'm going to come into the columns, I'm going to hit half and half, whack it in there like that, and then I'm going to add an image to the left hand column like that and close it, click add media. Then I can choose the image that I want. I'm just going to choose this one. You can choose the right one on your side. So there we have the phone on the left hand side, and here on the right hand side, let's see, actually it looks like the headline is within the column on the right hand side. So what you would do then, instead of having this up here, is you'd put that in there, change that to left align. Just going to scroll up and change that to left align right now, and you have your headline. Maybe it's too big, now it's sat next to the image, so I'm going to set it to like that, and we have some text beneath. I don't know what I'm going to put, just I'll add some text. Let's see, maybe I just put all that text in there. So I copy that text and I smack it straight into there. Control and V, just paste it all in, and I do my formatting. Maybe the line height is too small, so I'll set that to EM and set that to 1.5, maybe 2.0.